In our intermittent rain continues in Karachi, the Met Office says the current spell will continue in Sindh till Thursday. Different parts of the city, including Gulshan Iqbal, Gulberg, Old City area, North Karachi, Orangi Town and North Nazimabad received rain. Other areas lashed by the rain include Maleer, Saudabad Airport, Shadman, Sadr and Shah Faisal Colony. The Sindh Education Department has announced holiday in all educational institutions for today and tomorrow. Monsoon rains in Sindh has killed 240 people and displaced 1,000 others.
Now, torrential rains have forced temporary closure of Nawab Shah Airport. According to a spokesman of Civil Aviation Authority, airfield of the airport is almost fully submerged, rendering it unusable. The spokesman in a statement said the aerodrome to remain closed till 26th of August initially. Multan International Airport is available to be used as an alternative. The concerned quarters have been mobilized to make airport available as soon as possible. Now we've been joined by our correspondent Ali Asghar Arbab from Karachi. Ali, what details do you have regarding the weather, current weather and disclosure of the Nawab Shah Airport there?
Yeah, of course, the weather of the Karachi is again changed, and from yesterday the rain has started, and which is continuous today as well, but not so much heavy rain in the Karachi, and the weather became different, and the heat wave has gone. But I will contribute that problems of the people of other parts of the city, province of Sindh, like Larkana, like Jamshoro, Dadu, and Sangar, and other areas. This is very much alarming because the people are suffering so much, a lot due to the flood, water, and in other parts of Sindh, like Larkana, Sakha, these are still there is a heavy rain that's going on, and that have converted the whole life completely in a disaster. So I tell you that the government of Sindh is working. The chairman of Pakistan People's Party and Prime Minister Mr. Bilawal Bhutto and Chief Minister of Sindh is continuously in the districts of the Sindh which are affected due to the flood water, and they are trying hard. But it still need not more, because the people didn't get so much relief yet. The government is planning, and it's better that the People's Party leadership is itself is involved in the rescue and relief activities, and in different cities the relief camps are established. But there are a lot of people, there are many lakhs of people who are suffering, and they didn't get proper relief in those areas, because all the crops which is presently the cotton and rice and other crops is completely submerged in the water. And now the people are suffering because they are trying to save their homes. And many people, thousands of people in different districts of Sindh who are still sitting on the roadside rights in different kind of the shelters. But they need they need more relief and rescue. And still it's pronounced that this spell of the rain may continue, and it will continue to disaster for whole of the people of the Sindh. So it's necessary, because the actual reason, when you see that why this kind of disaster happening every year, and why the people are suffering so much, the reason is that the natural ways of the water was continuously occupied by the different influential peoples, in which the politicians and the Vaderas and the Peers and Sardars, they are completely involved. And between the river of Indus, there is a lot of the areas which is completely occupied by different influential peoples, and they have the thousands of lands of acres there in the custody. However, these lands are the government lands. And other parts, like when there was a development after 2001, all the roads which are infrastructure is continually developed, that is not properly developed, because the water natural way has no any other way to go downwards. So that's why the people are suffering a lot, because I tell you that in 2020 there was a lot of the water, and especially district Sangar, which was completely submerged in the water and crops, and there was water for many months in those areas. The people suffered a lot. But it's still the same situation is there, because the waterways which was not completely clean, and they are not still the people has occupied, and they have created to save their own lands, and they have defense walls also created in those areas. That's the water has not getting proper way to the natural way to go downwards. That's why the water is completely stagnant, and this is the big disaster which is continuously going on. So in 2012, the government of Sindh has introduced the Sindh Irrigation Amendment Act, in which it was described that all the natural ways should be properly, which are not are occupied by different influential people, that will be get back, and all the ways will be clean. And there's also announced some punishments if anybody, any influential person who is blocking the natural ways. But there was no any big work was done in that sector. That's why this is the need of the time, that if these natural ways of the water will not be clean, and they will not be deoccupied and get from the people who are occupied, and they have established defense walls to protect their lands, again this disaster will come, and again the people will suffer. So I think the government of Sindh is working. It's better that they are among the people, and the leadership is there, but needs that the proper planning, which is a proper solution of this problem, the people can be saved in future, because the climate change is definitely destroying everything, and weather of especially Karachi and other parts of the whole country is continuously changing. So in this perspective, the proper planning, I think the government has come ahead, and DMA should come ahead, and Defense Ministry should come ahead. They should devise a proper planning, and there's no any compromise on this, that all the waterways, natural ways should not be occupied by anybody. I think this is the proper solution.
Right. Thank you so much, Ali Asghar Arbab, for sharing detailed information regarding the current weather and the predictions of the weather in Sindh and Karachi. Now, moving on, different relief organizations are active in